Hello everyone. So today we are going to be fixing a body lotion recipe that I messed up from 2 weeks ago. May of last year I got into making my own body products. The reason why, a little personal, TMI, but working in a warehouse, it's hot, it's sweaty, it's dirty, and I don't know if it was heat rash, I don't know if it was chafing, but the inside of my legs just always had a rash. It did not matter what I did. Of course I would shower before work, I showered after work. I used fragrance-free laundry detergent, and so then I started looking at the soaps and the lotions that I was using. I tried to find the most natural soap I could. I looked at Ivory soap, but that has fragrance in it. Oh, Dove has always caused rashes on my skin. Kirk's cast out bar soap, that was actually pretty okay. The stores just would sell out of it a lot, and I was not about to deal with price gouging online, so I wanted something I could find consistently. During the festivals in the summer, I do like to buy handmade soap from other people, but at $8 a bar and having to use that on a regular basis is like, I'm not willing to pay that. You go through a bar a week, that's $32 a month for some soap, and I'm just not going to do that. Then when I was starting to look at the lotions, trying to find something that was as natural and simple as possible, the ingredients list was just so long, and I was like, forget this, I'm going to try making my own. Now I did started making my own soaps. Now I got lucky in that area. My soaps come out fine. I don't have an issue with that. It's the body butters and the body lotions, and especially the body lotions that I'm having an issue with. A lot of it because the oils and waters, trying to get them to emulsify is just not working for me very well. So remember the description of our channel is we figure it out. We try, sometimes we succeed, sometimes we don't. So this time I'm gonna try anyways to fix this lotion. I'm gonna show you. I found this in my closet this morning. I forgot I had it still. You can see where it's separating, and this is actually improved. When I first found it this morning, it was like half liquid still and half oils, and I shook it up so it did mix it back up a little bit. And I can use it. I actually did use some of that, about half of that this past couple weeks, and I love it. I love the texture of it. I love how it works. The problem is I would like for it to stay in a solid state like lotion. So I went on ChatGPT and I asked, like, what did I do wrong? And of course, I really didn't follow the recipe. The recipe said use distilled water. I used aloe vera drink because isn't aloe vera gel better for you? Well, according to Chat, that messed up the emulsification process. So this time I'm going to follow a recipe, although I did ask Chat to give me a different recipe. So beef tallow is my current favorite ingredient, so we are going to be making a beef tallow lotion today. Okay, so the recipe, I got this off of ChatGPT, so I don't know how that works as far as copyright goes. It is AI, so I don't want to say I came up with this recipe on my own, but we will be using 146 grams of distilled water. I just buy mine, it's like $1.15 a gallon at Walmart. 6 grams of glycerin. I use vegetable, anything I use in my skincare has to be food grade. Even the sodium hydroxide I use in my soaps is food grade, so the vegetable glycerin is food grade. It's sticky. I didn't know that. It's my first time ever buying that. Beef tallow, 10 grams of beef tallow. Got this off of Amazon. I want to say it's $45 for that. 12 grams of jojoba oil. So if you can buy these in bigger bottles, obviously you're going to save money. I don't really have the storage space for those huge gallon jugs with how many oils I have. And also, if you're starting out, don't buy a huge supply until you know if this is going to work for you or not. We have 6 grams of grapeseed oil. I'll buy this from the grocery store. 12 grams of emulsifying wax. I overpaid for this because it is such a small bag, so next time I know I'm going to buy this bigger now that I know it works. I don't really like this brand. I feel like this is part of the problem because these don't always melt down no matter how long I leave it on the stove. So I'm changing brands once this is gone. Vitamin E. This is runny, so it says it's pure vitamin E. I've bought in smaller bottles of vitamin E that are super sticky, so I don't know which one's real, the sticky one or this one. I don't know, but this is what's going in our lotion today. And then 0.5 grams of Germall Plus. This is a preservative. It took me a while to feel comfortable using preservatives because I don't know what's causing the skin irritation. But if I do ever want to get to the point where I can make this stuff and give it as gifts, I would have to put that in there because I don't want anything to go bad. For somebody else. For myself, I don't care, but I don't want to do that to somebody else. So that's the ingredients we need, and we'll be working with a kitchen scale. I measure everything in grams. A thermometer. I use an infrared thermometer to keep track of the temperature of the oils. double boiler. I do have a bigger one for soap. This one I hope is going to work for the batch we're making. It should make 8 ounces, and I usually can get 8 ounces of product in that. And then it says to use a stick mixer, which I have one. I use it for my soaps, but for my lotions and body butters, I just use my good old-fashioned egg mixer with the whisk. So let's get started. Okay, I know this is not the best angle because you can't see me unless I scooch down like this, and also just ignore everything in the background. You know, I thought I kept my house clutter-free until I see it on camera, and it's like, oh, I should probably go fix that. But you know what? It's life. I hope it's clear enough that you can see what I'm doing over here. But we're going to start weighing stuff out. So first we want the 146 grams of distilled water. I put this on here first, and then I always hit the tare button. So that way I'm measuring just the water. We want 146 grams of that. I am like really, I don't want to say OCD because I don't want to offend anybody who truly does have OCD, but I do try to get it exact. With soap, I am more particular than with lotions, because with the lotions, a small amount of difference usually isn't going to cause any rash issues. 141, put a little bit more back in there, even though I just poured some out. All right, 146, there we go. All right, next is 6 grams of glycerin. This is going to be the water phase. And actually, you know what? Oh, well, I already did it. So we're going to put the 6 grams of glycerin in this, and we're going to put this into another pot. That's the Germall Plus. You know what? This is what happens when I try to talk and do something at the same time. All right, vegetable glycerin. Let's try this for real. Okay, I should probably pour this in something else first, but this should not affect the chemical reaction of it, so I'm not going to stress too much if it goes a little over. 2 grams, 4 grams, and it's making a mess all over the bottle. All right, 6 grams. All right, okay, so I'm actually going to go ahead and pour this water phase. This is the water and vegetable glycerin. I am going to pour it into a regular pot. I don't need that. Oh, all the glycerin's at the bottom. See? Live and learn. Here's my spatula. I do like to use these silicone spatulas. Ugh. Videos will get better, but, you know, like I said, live and learn. Sometimes we're going to get it right. Mistakes are made. Hopefully, if nothing else, you feel better about your attempts, because when you're new, it doesn't always come out like those YouTubers who have the perfect bars of soap that are so pretty and the perfect whipped lotion. It's okay to try, make mistakes, and try again. All right, so we're going to do that. I'm going to wipe this out with a paper towel, and then we're going to get some oils in it. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm just turning it off and back on again because I don't want to deal with trying to figure out what the correct weight was with the oils before I took that out. All right, so we're going to tare this again. And 10 grams of beef tallow. You know what? I should have made this easy on you guys and measured it out ahead of time. So let me go ahead and do that. We're going to add 10 grams of beef. Okay, so it's 12 grams of beef tallow. That is such a small amount. I am seriously concerned this is not going to make enough lotion. It's supposed to make 7 ounces, I think, is what it will make. Oh, speaking of which, ounces. I will be putting this in an empty mustard bottle. I wash them out, of course, with soapy dishwater, and then I fill it up mostly with water, and I'll put some bleach in it, shake it up. I'll leave it upside down overnight because the lid always seems to collect the most odor and stains. This one has no stains, it's just mustard, and it smells clean and disinfected. And I would never give this to somebody, but for myself, I don't care. I'm going to reuse it. So we have it's supposed to be 10 grams of beef tallow, but it says 12. We're going to just go with it. 12 grams of jojoba oil, so let's tare this. Since I did go over a little on the beef tallow, if I'm a little under on this oil, I'm not going to stress about it. If I wasn't lazy, I would put all this in separate containers and then add it in, but I don't want to wash that many dishes, so this is just going to have to work. It says 10 grams right now. All right, 11. That'll be good enough. Because, you know, I didn't learn my lesson the last time about adjusting ingredients and But we're going to try it again. We're just going to go, I think it's going to work though. And now we need 6 grams of grapeseed oil, which is right here. Zero it out again, 6 grams. 2, 3. The jojoba and grapeseed oil are really lightweight oil, so that is what is supposed to make this non-greasy. I just went over, I could tell, 7 grams. Okay, whatever. And then 12 grams of emulsifying wax. 11. Oh, 13. I can't. All right, one day I will actually do it the correct way, and I will measure all this stuff out ahead of time, and maybe then the recipe might actually turn out. But I think we're still going to have some luck on this. So that is all the oil phases. I'm going to put this on the stove and let it melt slowly. I won't bore you with watching that. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. Right here we have the emulsifying wax, the beef tallow, and the oils melting. And then we have the water and vegetable glycerin going back there. Okay, we are heating both of these up to 167 degrees. And for that, we'll be using this. I just hover it over it. I turn it on. I hover it over it while holding the button down. Right now, the oils are at 71, and then the water is at 107. So I'm going to turn the water down to low. I would like them to reach a 167 at the same time. And then we're going to blend it for 2 to 3 minutes. Let it cool. Blend it again. We're going to add in the germol and the vitamin E. And then we'll do one more blend, and then it's supposed to set for 24 hours. So obviously I'll show you what it looks like today, and then hopefully tomorrow I remember to take another video when I get home from work and show you what it looks like after 24 hours. Okay, the oils are at 174 degrees, so higher than I want it. The water is at 147 degrees, a little lower than I want it, but we're just going to go with it, and we're going to mix these two. So, towel dry, these are the oils. I don't know if it matters if you pour the water into the oil or the oil into the water, but I don't care if this gets I don't care if it gets messed up with the blender, so we're going to pour the stuff into that container. Okay, so here's the water and glycerin. It's going to go in. Oh, wow, that is so cool. It went milky. That's awesome to me. I love the science behind it. I love seeing everything was clear, like individually, and then wow, it just turned into like a milky like substance. So we're going to set that down, turn off the burner. Okay. And now it says to blend. I really am pretty positive you don't want to hear that, so I'll be back. Alright, so I'm going to show you. This is 2 minutes of blending. It's frothy, it's milky, it's really runny. So the next instructions are to let it cool for down to 120 degrees. So we're going to sit here and then we'll blend it. Let me see what the temperature is right now. So again, you just take this thing, I'm going to hover it over it. Okay, it's already at 114, so I guess we'll just let it set for 5 minutes, whip it up, add the stuff, and just go and just see what happens. I think it's going to work. I can definitely see why I have to let it sit for 24 hours. This is just like completely liquid, like regular milk, drinkable. Okay, we did another mix, and it is frothy and milky still. About to pour out. We are going to add in the vitamin E and the germol. So we need 2 grams of vitamin E. Get out our trusty kitchen scale. You kind of can see it. Alright. Get it to say 0. It's saying -1 for some reason. Alright, 0. Put this on here. Tear it out to 0, and the vitamin E oil will be the easiest, so 2 grams. If I go a little over, I'm not going to stress about it 'cause I don't think this will affect it, but that could be why my stuff doesn't come out right. 4 grams. One day I'll learn how to measure. All right, 4 grams of that. Now the journal I do want to be a little careful with. I don't want to put in extra because I don't want to irritate my skin. So 1/2 gram of that. We're going to go slow. Zero it out. I'm nervous. I don't even know if I have 1/2 gram as an option. This is really thick. All right, it says 1 gram. So, okay, I'm going to mix this up one more time, pour it into the bottle, and then just let it sit, and we will see what happens tomorrow. All right, I am going to go. After this, I'm going to make a body butter, a beef tallow body butter to go with this, and then I'm going to also make a cream deodorant, both of which are new recipes, so wish me luck. Bye. I have to pop back in here real quick to tell you it is working. It actually looks like lotion. It's cooling down. I'm getting ready to pour it into the bottle now, but oh my, I'm excited and optimistic. Hello everybody, it's the next day. I've just got home from work. I've been wearing a helmet all day. I cannot wait to go get in the shower and use my new lotion, but I promised I would show you 24 hours later if it worked, and it worked. I am so beyond stoked. So remember, I put it in my mustard bottle and I just label it with masking tape. And yesterday it was like runny, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be a watery lotion. It's not gonna do that much good for me, but I'll still use it. I'll just put it under my body butter. But this stuff came out so thick. Like, it actually looks like lotion, and I know I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm always surprised when it works out. So, like, you can see, like, if I turn it upside down, it doesn't automatically just go down. I have to actually, like, shake it hard to get it to go down. So, I'm excited. This will be a keeper for a recipe, definitely for winter. So, I can't wait to share with you guys the other recipes I do.